Hey guys. Here we go. There we go. All right. Let's wait for it to catch up. All right. Now, what I'm about to do is do a couple of wood grains. Those two things back there, they're food jars. So they are pressure sealed stainless steel. One is going to be brown wood, one is going to be green. Wood grain. So, let us do the brown one. We are going to brush it out with inks. Let me get my video. So, we are having a crazy storm outside right now. It's loud, it's windy, it's crazy because I took videos of those stainless steel shot glasses outside by the pool in the bright sun, came in to upload them, and it got really dark. And I'm like, what in the world? Bam. It was crazy. Typical Florida. These are, like I said, this one is a good size. Oh, come on. This one is, I forgot how many ounces. I am not supposed to touch that. Ah. Great. I need some alcohol. Good thing about these inks, it's gonna make a mess, but I can wipe that off. I hate to do it. Never. It's the brush. See the little thing from the brush? Gotta get that off. I need something to get it off with because for some odd reason it is now stuck on there. Little things that happen. Come on now. It wants to stay for some weird reason. I almost went to my nail check today. I'm glad I didn't. Alright. So, there we go. Anyway, can't really see the screen. And I'm hoping that my live is connected. Because like I said, I don't know if you can hear all the noise outside, but it's pretty crazy. I might have to switch brushes, because if that does that to me again, I'm not going to keep playing with it. Doing these wood grains, I love. Wood is a favorite thing of mine. I love the smell. I love, it's so natural, you know? It has so many different patterns of its own. I use several different wood colors. It just depends on what I want for an end result. This particular one, these are going to be, one's going to be coffee, and one Sugar, the green one. Although I don't use sugar, I buy Trevia, which is, the label is green, so I figured cute. I don't know. I think of these things right now. I can't really do epoxy on the turners. I mean, I could, but it would. Sorry, I have the brush in my mouth. It would be foolish since until the weather passes. Because if the power went out, it would be a catastrophe. Epoxy needs to have constant movement, or else it pools. So, it would be a disaster. So, I don't know. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing and I'm not, covering it with my hand or anything. Maybe I need to back up a little bit. This is what we have so far. Like I said, food jar, great for coffee. Kind of a quick, doing the inks is a quick process because they dry really fast. And if you let them dry, it'd be a big blob. Definitely don't want that. So, that's what we're doing right now. I got stuff behind me I need to do. B-Rad stuff is behind me. But it's turning to dry. It's pretty dry, but it needs decals. But it needed a coat, the third coat of glow powder before I put the decals on. So did that a couple hours ago with a very fast set epoxy. So I'm not, even if the power went out at this point, that cup would be fine. It's already dry enough. These will get, I'll do all this, and then the ink has to dry for a couple hours. And then I will clear spray them, let them dry again, and epoxy them after that. I got this idea to do these because I am constantly, I'm a coffee person and I want my coffee fresh, but I hate the idea of doing beans all the time. It's annoying. So I thought about it and I'm like, vacuum sealed stainless steel, that sounds like a good idea. I do stainless steel everything else. Why don't I do this? I looked around. Come to find out, one of the two companies that I get all my stuff from, because my stainless steel, whether it's cups or bowls or whatever, only come from two different places. I did a lot of research into it beforehand. So I trust two in a consistent way of never letting me down. So as far as quality. So there's that. Do the bottom last. And then the other one is going to be a really cool, funky green wood grain. just because I love, love, love the way the green wood grain comes out. I stood there and thought about it, and I'm like, meh, color changing, glitter, and I said, these would look great wood grain. Wood grain's one of my favorites, so sprayed them out. They were obviously silver to start. Probably should have taken a picture or whatever, but everybody knows what stainless steel looks like, so there's that. Sorry I keep putting the brush in my mouth, but like I said, the inks are really fast to set up and start to dry, like immediately as soon as you put it on. So you have to be quick with it. And they do blend together as well, so I like the blending effect, but you don't want it to like bleed and blend. That would be very ugly. Getting ready to do the bottom next. Alright. So we got that. Do kind of hard to tip to show, because you know, alcohol inks are as thin as water. So if I tip it to show it, you know, like when I'm doing it, it's going to bleed in a way I don't want it to. It's the whole process to make sure it stays on the bottom versus dripping back down, which would make a giant mess over what I just did. I don't want that. So we're just going to do it like this, and then I'll show you. Ooh. A little too much, but that's okay. And this one has a great seal as far as the cover. So I'm impressed by that. It's got like two separate covers. It's got an inner one that's like a vacuum seal. I'll show it after. I can't do it right now. There we go. I like that. Except for that one spot right there. There we go. I like that. It's nice. It'll sit like that. It's got a stainless steel cover. I left the cover stainless steel because I want it that way. It'd be kind of a pain to do the cover. But there's that. For some reason, hey, Lake Michigan, how are you? I like it. I'm going to do green next. That one is for coffee. The other one is going to be for sugar. Just kind of had the idea and figured what the heck. So green one next. Green one is fun because the greens are amazing. So we've got Limeade, which is very, very bright. We have, not that one, Mojito, and I think I might only use those two, but we'll put, I think citrus is too dark. Yes, very dark. But we'll keep it aside just in case. I think this one is too turquoise. Ooh, that's very dark. So we'll go with these two because I already know what they look like on, and they look fantastic. So let's do that one. So this one, a little bit smaller than the other one, on purpose. I reuse these. I reuse these brushes because they called, I guess, chip brushes, but they're fantastic for this. Um, I want the look of wood. So this, I guess everybody's different. Some people like, I don't know, they overthink it and it doesn't look like wood anymore. It looks like lines. Again, sorry, I keep putting the brush in my mouth and it sounds funny, but these inks dry so fast. You really liking the what? The coffee size? What? Cup or that thing? Oh, I keep forgetting that you need to see it. I could have left this white, but I chose to do the bright green, just to bring it out a little bit more. Sometimes I leave the base just white. It just depends. But you need a base, whether it's white, whether it's whatever you're doing, you need a base for the ink and the epoxy to adhere to. Um, Stainless steel, no matter what it is, comes to you or in the store or whatever, um, with a weird wax coating on it. Uh, so you have to sand anything stainless steel before you're going to do anything. Once you sand it, you know, it's not shiny anymore or whatever, but it also really has epoxy inks, whatever, have a hard time adhering to it. Uh, so it's easier to coat it with a very specific spray, whether it's black or white or whatever. It's usually a matte or a flat. Some colors only come in gloss. If you're going to do gloss, you absolutely have to use a flat first. If you don't, you can get all the way done with whatever project you're doing. You can get all the way done, and every layer that you did can literally peel right off. Talk about angry. How did it happen? Didn't realize, or I don't know what I did wrong. This was a long time ago. But I got all the way done with a black weathered wood grain tumbler. The big one that was beautiful. It was for something because there was a time frame on it. And when I was going to put the decals on, which is days in, you know, you've spent time, hours and hours and days doing layers and sanding and curing and all that. And I went to do the last steps, which was putting the decals on, letting everything settle, and then putting the last layer of epoxy on. And I put the decals on, which was fine, and everything looked fine. The cup was gorgeous. And I went to wipe the cup down after I put the vinyl decals on. And it started the whole entire, all the layers that I had done, like, started to peel, and I couldn't believe my eyes. That should never, ever happen. And I realized when I thought through it, oh my word, somehow I grabbed the wrong cup and I hadn't prepped it properly. So, in saying that, I say this, that is also the reason why if somebody says to me, hey, I have this cup, that somebody else made, but it needs, it's messed up, it needs to be fixed, can you patch it? I only have $10 or whatever. I always say no, because I can't guarantee if something's wrong with it. Most likely something was wrong with it from the get-go, and I will not touch somebody else's work because I cannot by any means guarantee that they did the prep process right from the beginning. So they may have charged you some crazy amount of money even. That doesn't mean they were honest. That doesn't mean they did the process correctly. It's not like a snobby thing. It's that if you don't, it's a chemical thing. If you don't do it correctly, it's going to be wrong. And it's going to be messed up. So, I would never do that to somebody. I will fix my own. There's somebody. This only happened. Actually, two people ever, and they're both people I know. One, I made this. I've made a lot of stuff for her, but this particular cup, gorgeous. Took me a lot of time. The day she got it, she dropped it. Literally taking it out of the package that it came in. So, like, the mail came, she was taking it out of the box to look at it, and it fell against, like, it bounced, I guess, off her granite countertop and fell hard on her marble floor. And a situation like that is about, these are pretty hardy, pretty sturdy things. And it would take something like that to do the damage that it did. There you go. There's the bottom. Sorry I couldn't show the bottom when I was doing it, but the ink is too thin. But super cute. Small food jar. Has a stainless steel cover. That'll be for sugar. The other one is for coffee. Pretty cool. Just figured I'd do it on camera since I'm kind of waiting out this storm to do epoxy on other stuff. Sounds like it's calming down out there, which is cool. And I chose these two colors for these, but I have probably every color out there as far as inks go. Yeah. So I did this one this morning, or last night to this morning. It is so cool. It shifts. Hold on, let me see if I can get the light. It shifts greens, blues. It is so cool. It's, it needs to be sanded and all that. It's just not ready for anything yet, but let it dry. It's just different. So there's that. That's about it for now. The thing I just did, the wood grain. Yeah, I know. I love wood grain. I really do. So there's those. That's about it right now. I'm pretty aggravated because I can't do the things that I need to do until this storm passes. So, and there you go, right on key. I don't know if you can hear that through the live, but that was the thunder and lightning both reminding me that it's still out there. Alright, well, that's it for me right now. Figured I'd just jump on real quick. It didn't circulate right, so because I don't even see that I'm live in my own stuff. So there's that. Anyway, more later. Um, Lake Michigan, I always have cups that I do kind of as an idea or whatever, and that sit. I actually have several behind me right now. I have 2 wood grain cups that are sitting behind me. One's black, one's brown like that one. Um, that are done and just ready for decals. I do that sometimes. If I'm doing a wood grain cup, maybe I'll do 2 or 3 because I know I'm going to need them. But as of right now, I got them sitting behind me. Um, so that's always a thing. Not always, but I try to keep some on hand already at that point so that all it would need would be decals and another coat of epoxy or 2 and it's done. Cuts time if somebody needs something or wants something quicker. But that's it for now. More later.